Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It is Brandon and I'm going to be discussing 50 food items I hope Bloxburg adds. Here we go. To start this off, I'm just going to say that hopefully they add these. Some of these items are not solo on their own food items. Some of them are like included in like the meals that you can get. But these are just items I hope they solely have. These are out of order, but it's besides the point. Number 1, I went with mint chocolate chip ice cream. I think when we get this Bloxburg Twisty treat, we're gonna get so many new flavors of ice cream. I also hope we get Froyo. That's a bonus one. So ice cream flavors I want: mint chocolate chip, cookies and cream, and cookie dough. As I feel these are like the 3 next biggest ice cream flavors, aside from the Neapolitan we already have. If you have any more, put them in the comments. But at number 4, keeping with the ice cream topic, I put cookie ice cream sandwich, where you have like the 2 cookies with the ice cream in between. I feel like that is a staple. We do have something like that for Halloween, but it's not a year-round food. And number 5, similarly, I have the classic ice cream sandwich, where it's like the little like chocolate, the vanilla ice cream between it. I think that would be a fire one, and I hope they should add it. It is also a common food. Number 6, I'm surprised they don't have this, nachos. I feel like that needs to get added because who doesn't love some nachos? Also, that's like I said, another common snack. Number 7 is waffles. I was surprised when I was doing research. Bloxburg doesn't have waffles. We do have pancakes. We don't have waffles. I feel like waffles are needed because it's another breakfast food, and I'm tired of making my kids pancakes and bacon and eggs every morning. Number 8 is sugar cookies. I know we have like 30,000 different varieties, but I'm talking about the ones you get at Target, where it's like the cookie with the like a little circle of icing on top. That one needs to get added. Number 9, I went with cinnamon rolls, or cinnamon buns, however you refer to them as. I'm kind of surprised we don't have them, but I feel like in our fall update we might get that as a food item. But I feel like we need cinnamon rolls. I don't have too much info on this one. I just feel like it's something that's needed. Number 10, I went with ravioli. I love ravioli. I think it needs added in Bloxburg. If we ever open an Olive Garden, I really want to add ravioli because we don't have too many items that we can use for an Italian restaurant. And going along with that, for number 11, I have garlic bread or garlic knots. None of them are in the game. And I think when you have spaghetti and meatballs for dinner, what's on the side? It's garlic bread, garlic knots. I think that needs to get added. Number 12 and 13, I went with hard-boiled eggs and scrambled eggs. Neither of those are in the game. I think that's insane. Hard-boiled eggs are a common snack, and scrambled eggs are usually in breakfast. Bloxburg does have bacon and eggs, but I think we need scrambled eggs because that's I feel like that's the most common form of egg. Number 14, keeping with the more breakfasty foods, I went with the fruit parfait, where it's like the yogurts and the strawberries and the berries. I think that needs to get added. Like I said, I feel like Bloxburg lacks a little bit on breakfast food. Hopefully we get a breakfast diner, but I feel like, that's a staple needed food. And 15, I went with granola bars, like the chewy bars. Those are so good. I think we need them as another snack, and I feel like they would be great in the game. Number 16, I went with marshmallows. We have s'mores, but we don't have marshmallows. And I feel like this one is like the furthest reach. Like, I feel like we'll never get marshmallows added, but sometimes a good bag of marshmallows is all you need. For 17, I went with French toast sticks. I feel like I said, Bloxburg is so lacking on breakfast foods, and I feel like French toast sticks would really add to that. It could also, I feel like that would have been great with the French foods that we got, and if they do add a French cafe, I feel like French toast sticks is what we need. 18, I went with bagels. I am not sure if Bloxburg has bagels. I looked it up. It's mixed 50-50. If they do, if they don't, we need them. Or if they do have them, I need to know about them because I feel like bagels would go great in the breakfast category, which we don't have too much of. 19, I went with tater tots. I'm actually thinking of one right now. Hash browns would be good, but I feel like tater tots and hash browns would be so good to put with either breakfast or the tater tots with dinner. I feel like the only potato-y food that we have is the French fries. And another one that we should add is baked potatoes, because baked potatoes, baked sweet potato fries. Some of these are a reach, but I feel like we just need the common potato, like baked potato. Next up, I have a chicken sandwich, kind of like the ones you get at Chick-fil-A. I feel like those are needed, first off, because we have a Bloxburg Chick-fil-A and we don't have it. But I think it's insane that the only, like, sandwichy burger we have is the burger, and I think that's insane. And the next one I went with was a grilled chicken sandwich, kind of on the same wavelength as the chicken sandwich. But I just think that's a needed item in Bloxburg. Next, I went with the Bomb Pop, the little, layered lollipops that you usually see at the store near 4th of July and Memorial Day. I feel like it's a more American food, but I feel like it's needed because that's like the most common ice pop that you would have. The next one I went with is an overall topic of canned vegetables. We do have some, actually I don't think we have any canned vegetables in the game. I feel like even if you could just buy it from the grocery store and like make yourself some corn or make yourself any vegetable, but it comes from the can, I feel like that'd be so nice. Next up I went with is chocolate milk. Bloxburg does not have that. We have hot chocolate. We have chocolate milkshakes. We don't have chocolate milk. So insane. I feel like that needs to be added today. Number 26, I went with sunflower seeds. I don't know why I really put this, but I feel like they'd be cool for a Mason 6-7 baseball roleplay, because I know baseball fans shoot sunflower. I don't know. I just think we need them. As you know, it's another thing. Number 27, I went with white rice. I feel like that's insane. We don't have that. That's a staple in many countries. And I feel like so far I've kind of went with some more American foods, but I feel like white rice is needed in the game. I don't know why we don't have it. Similar with that, number 28 is burritos. I really hope we get a Mexican food restaurant. I really want to have burritos and tacos. And I feel like a lot of these foods would be good to open up more restaurants, because how are we gonna open a Taco Bell when all we have is tacos? The next one I went with is dumplings. We have, like, is it the egg dumplings? I think it is, but it's not the dumplings you would think of. I'm gonna put the name because I don't know what I'm talking about, but I feel like we need like the common dumplings, and I feel like that'd also be good because people would role play and say it's the squishy dumplings, but I feel like that'd be really good. I went with mashed potatoes. I think it's so weird we don't have mashed potatoes, because another common potato food. I feel like we need a potato update. I need the mashed potatoes, and I feel like that's much needed in this game. Along with number 31, this isn't a food because you can make it and you can buy, or you can see it, but there are a bunch of pizzas in the game, like the ham pizza, the pepperoni, and the vegetable pizza that you can buy at the pizza shop. You can't make it you can't make it and eat it. You can make it at the pizza baker job, but you cannot eat it at all. And I think that's insane, because I think we need more pizzas, especially pepperoni, but I just think it's weird Bloxburg has yet to add them. The next one, I think we're on 32, is the banana cream pie. Those are so good. I feel like Bloxburg has a lot of pies, but I feel like they could use some more pies, along with a lemon meringue pie. That one would be fire. And I feel like the more I talk about this, the more I want these foods. Another dessert-y item is glazed donuts. We only have the chocolate donuts, and I believe there's some festive donuts, but I think that's it, like some holiday donuts. I think we need the classic glazed donut, and I think that would be so good. And like I said, you could open a Dunkin' Donuts. You could make so much business off these new foods. The next one I'm gonna go with is Swedish meatballs. Or just honestly meatballs in general. You can have the meatballs with the pasta, but meatballs are a very common standalone food in Sweden and many other countries in England. And the next one I'm gonna go with is chip varieties. All we have is the classic potato chips. I think we could use barbecue chips and salt and vinegar chips, which are both two very common chips that aren't the classic potato chips. I feel like Bloxburg would also benefit from normal brownies. How do we not have that? We have like the tombstone brownies around Halloween, but we don't have classic brownies that we can make all year round, which I think is insane, because when I'm gonna bake something, it's either cookies or brownies or cake, and we don't have brownies, which is so insane. And the next one I'm gonna go with is a classic meat sandwich. we have subs, we have like other different types of things, but not a classic like sandwich you would have with like chips and an apple. I think that's so weird because that is like a sandwich is like a common food. And a bunch of Roblox games have preset sandwiches. Like some of the foods in the game are like preset foods. I don't know why we didn't use the sandwich. The next food item I went with was cheese. We can't buy cheese. The only way we can eat the cheese is on the cracker and cheese platter. What if I just want to eat a block of cheese? The next one I went with is stuffing. So many times I've had to have I wanted to have like a Thanksgiving roleplay. I haven't been able to because we only have the turkey, but I feel like we would benefit so much from stuffing. And my next item, the dinner rolls. I feel like dinner rolls are such a needed item. You can get them with the school lunch. You cannot eat them on their own, and I feel like it'd be cool if we could just make a bag or like a basket of dinner rolls. That'd be so good and good for restaurants. My next item I went with is fried chicken because honestly, who wouldn't think of fried chicken? I think fried chicken is such a needed food item in this game. Number 44, I'm gonna go with tiramisu. It is a more French dessert. A lot of these food items we could have added in the French food and dessert update, but we didn't get it. So we could get a second one and we could get that cafe we need. Because number 45 I went with is churros. I think churros would be such a great addition to this game. They are a common food all around the world. And I feel like, yeah, they'd just be nice for our French cafe that Bloxburg needs to add. More dessert-like items is mochi. I feel like mochi is a very common, it's newly common, and I feel like it's well needed. Mochi is so good, and Bloxburg really needs to add it. Along with a molten lava cake. I feel like if it was 2010, we would have this already, because who didn't make how to make a molten lava cake tutorial? But I think that's well needed. Along with number 48, green beans. This could go with the canned vegetables, but I feel like I just want to, I want to make more vegetables in this game. Like, no wonder Bloxburg is a fat community. Number 49 is casseroles in general. There's so many we can make, like a green bean casserole, like a tuna casserole, so many things like that. And our final food item is the return of all the around the world foods. We had them in the game for a little bit, but we need them back because they represent the amount of diverse culture Bloxburg shows they support, and foods to be shown around the world. I think those are such needed, and Bloxburg, you should add them. So yeah, that is my 50 items I think Bloxburg should add. If I'm wrong with any of my info, please correct me, and I did not mean to do it personally. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!